Most of Orang Asli community are descendants of the Hobbinian that have lived in Peninsular Malaysia as early as 11,000 BC.
These are the native and indigenous population that forms a national minority and are the oldest inhabitants in Malaysia. Orang Aslis constitute an extremely small segment of the total population in Malaysia, as their total population is less than 1%. As of 2010, the population number for Orang Aslis is at 178,197.
Being a minority in this country, they face challenges in gaining adequate and proper, even fundamental rights, such as education.
One of the reasons as to why the Orang Asli community faces challenges in receiving proper education is because of lack of infrastructure. This denies the school the ability to function well. For example, the lack of electricity and water resources creates a barrier to good education.
Not only that, their awareness to the importance of education is also very limited, and this usually results to a number of them dropping out of school to either get married or work for their family at a very young age.
When it comes to the inequality or problems that are faced by Orang Asli now, there's one big issue that comes to mind, which is the land rights. There are actually not many Orang Asli in Malaysia that actually owns a piece of land, and our government only provides what we call the usufructuary rights, which is basically the rights to use the land and its resources only. In short, a lot of Orang Asli now are basically just tenants to their own traditional lands. They can use the resources, but they no longer own them.
Virtually all Orang Asli households in Peninsular Malaysia are in the income bracket of the poorest 40% of Malaysians. It is estimated that 99.92% of all Orang Asli household income earn below 4,000 ringgit a month, putting them in the B40 category. It is also sad to note that more than a third of the Orang Asli community fall under the hardcore poor category. For example, only 48.8% of Orang Asli households have some form of piped water, either indoors or outdoors. The others depending on rivers, streams, and wells for their water needs. The availability of toilet facilities as a basic amenity was lacking in 43.7% of the Orang Asli housing.
So the Global Peace Foundation has been working with several Orang Asli communities to address these water issues. So as an example, an Orang Asli communities in Kampung Binjau no longer needs to travel miles to source water. So without clean water, the Orang Asli community is unable to shower, wash their clothes, and drink water to stay hydrated. So safe and affordable water is a fundamental human right, and it is needed to sustain health, economic prosperity, and dignity. So lack of access to water undermines the realization of other human rights.
Along with the burden of educational fees and daily necessity, they feel like there is no need to spend more money on modern medical treatments. Based on a study of educational and health awareness among indigenous people, the lack of medical facilities in rural areas are because these Orang Asli do not feel like it is their top priorities. The limited amount of healthcare centers and clinics in rural areas prevent Orang Asli to go for treatments. This is dangerous as the Orang Asli will resort to traditional medicines that are not only limited to number of diseases but are not medically tested as well.
In Sunway student volunteers' perspective, we always try to focus on the Orang Asli communities. So events that we have done with them including the hygiene workshop back in 2019 in Muazzam Pahang. Aligned with the SDG Goals 6, clean water and sanitization, we bring along the knowledge of the importance of clean water, a toothbrush session, and a hand wash session to teach them how to properly clean their hand. For our annual event, which is the Shoebox Christmas project, we also include the Orang Asli communities as one of our main beneficiaries to provide them basic necessities like rice, Milo, cooking oil, and more. You may look into our social medias for pictures of our past events with them. Also, stay tuned for our future events. Thank you.